Hey everybody, Actual Dragon 2 is here. Today we're going to talk about an Air Superiority game mode in Battlefield 1, the history of the game mode throughout the Battlefield series, and why I in particular am very excited to see how it will be done in Battlefield 1. So, stay tuned. So believe it or not, we have already seen the game mode in the reveal trailer. At about the 32-second mark, there is a brief scene where we see a massive amount of biplanes fighting. Why I think this is the Air Superiority game mode is because of the blimps that can be seen as the planes fly by. In previous Battlefields, the game mode worked like a domination game mode, the difference being we were in jets and the objectives were blimps instead of flags. So going off of the idea that this is the game mode, what do we see? Well, I see a massive open sky with many dogfights going on, and from the brief time that it was up, I saw 6 blimps. That's 6 objectives planes are going to be fighting over. Now, I don't see DICE making it more than 64 players, as that is pretty much become the staple number to the Battlefield series. I do see it still being a 32v32, which sounds chaotic, but if I am right and there are 6 objectives, that can be amazing. It would be more like conquest than domination. So let's take a look at air superiority throughout the history of Battlefield. First introduced in Battlefield 1943, it was not seen as that good of a game mode. In fact, it was disliked by many. It was chaotic, and since it was late in the game's development, it wasn't really balanced well. It lay dormant in Battlefield Bad Company 2, mainly because Bad Company 2 didn't have any planes or jets. Finally, it was reintroduced in Battlefield 3's Endgame DLC, where it saw controversy due to its more modern weaponry, like heat seekers. Then in Battlefield 4's China Rising DLC, it was brought again, but this time it did not have good reception at all. The new jet customization, or lack of due to overpowered options, meant that most of the time you were out of the sky more than you were in it. Oh, on a quick side note, when doing research for this, I found the old leaked trailer for Hardline. Do you guys remember that it was originally going to have planes? I wonder how they would have played. Anyways, so what were the downfalls to air superiority? Why did it flop with almost every game it came out for? Well, I think it really comes down to diversity, customization, and overall the missile spam that happened. With diversity, it got bland very quick. Only having one plane to use really meant it got boring, unlike the boots on the ground of the base game, which allowed us 4 different classes. Customization was something Battlefield 4 tried to fix. They added different cannons to use, as well as different secondaries. The problem was they didn't really balance the options too much, so it left us with a blatantly better options. Active radar. And finally, the big hitter, the one that pretty much killed air superiority for Battlefield 3 and 4, missile spam. Heat seekers and active radar and passive radar, it got ridiculous. You only got one flare too, so with 24 enemy jets in the air, you might block one missile, but 5 more will follow right after. So why do I think Battlefield 1 will be different? Well, many of the problems that the previous installments had can be solved or completely bypassed entirely. For starters, there will be no missiles to worry about, and that skips that problem entirely. Next, diversity. I have an idea that could solve this. What if we were able to choose different planes entirely? World War I and II were very experimental times, unlike now. They didn't have one plane throughout the entire war. They used many different kinds, so what if we were allowed to use them? One could be slower but have more firepower, and another could be faster with less guns or a lower caliber. This would allow a variation to the game mode not seen before. And finally, customization. I don't know exactly what they're going to do, actually. They have said that they are going to try a different customization system than what we've seen before, so I'm not too sure. Whatever they do, I just hope that they do better balancing so that everything, or at least most things, are valid, not just 1 or 2 options. So those are my ideas and thoughts of an air superiority game mode for Battlefield 1. If you like the idea of this being in Battlefield 1, leave a like and share the video. If you have thoughts and opinions of your own, feel free to comment. I do like reading different opinions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.